everyone, welcome to Move Well, Live Well. We get a number of people that come in here who have issues with their low back and they're having pressure on their discs from either disc degeneration or degenerative joint disease, and their discs are being compressed. They're getting smashed down. They're kind of like the shock absorbers in your back. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you 3 exercises that you can do at home that you don't need any special equipment, so that way you can decompress your low back. You can traction your low back so that way the discs, instead of being flattened out like this, instead of being smushed, they can expand, and then the spaces where the nerves go through is increased, and thereby low back pain gone. So the first exercise is you're gonna need a bed, and what you do, you start out with your arms at your side, and you start out with your head just over the bed, like this, just over the edge of the bed, and slowly go into a little bit of neck flexion. And some folks, if they're really symptomatic here in the low back, if those joints are jammed up and the discs are smashed in there, you know, the shock absorbers in between the vertebra, just doing this may be already enough to cause a little bit of distraction here in the low back. And then as you, again, to your tolerance, as you can tolerate, you move, you kind of squirm up a little bit, use your feet to kind of push up a little bit, and you get farther and farther over the edge of the bed. And now I can feel that. And you're just allowing gravity, the force of gravity, to open up those spaces in between the vertebra and relieve pressure on the shock absorbers of your spine, the discs. So here you are, just like this. And you want to hold each position here 30 seconds to a minute, again, as tolerated. If it's too much, you can just kind of ease up on it. But usually this feels really, really good. So you get further and further, and eventually you can get to a point where you use your hands to where you're off the edge of the table or the bed. And now my pelvis, you can kind of see here, what I'm doing is I'm hinging at the hips. I'm keeping my pelvis, keep that on the bed. And now you just kind of allow yourself to kind of sink down. And man, that feels really, really good on the low back. And you're using your arms to kind of prop you up a little bit here. I'm not using a whole lot of force to prop me up. I'm just kind of letting the gravity sink me down toward the floor. And you can kind of see how this is just opening up the spaces in between the vertebra to allow those discs, those shock absorbers, to decompress. That's the first exercise. The next exercise, again, you're gonna be using your bed, and what you do is you just flip around. So now you have your lower body off the bed. See? You're gonna put right there, again, you're gonna hinge at the hip hinge, and so now your ASIS is on this side instead of on this side. It's on this side of the bed. And what you're doing is just kind of letting your low back, you're letting your legs kind of hang. You see this? You're letting gravity take your legs. This is hardly any, I'm not using my feet very much here. And I can really feel that in my low back. It just decompresses that whole area right there. Again, 30 seconds to a minute to your tolerance level. And you just hang right in here, just like that, to allow gravity to decompress your spine. And you don't need any fancy equipment. None of those inversion tables and fancy schmancy pull-up bars with the hooks on the feet that some people use. Very easy, gentle way to do it at home, just like that. That's the second exercise. Last but not least, we have the third one. So what you do is you get yourself a chair. Make sure it's a very sturdy chair that can support your weight and it's not gonna slip around on you, okay? And you put a pillow on the back side of the back support of the chair. And what you do, kind of like, in yoga, the downward dog, but you're gonna kind of downward dog over this. So again, you're gonna hinge at the hip, right here, hip hinge, and you're gonna put your, right there, the ASIS is on the back side of this here, and you're allowing yourself to slowly sink in. See, I'm hinging at the hip, I'm using the chair for support with my arms, and I'm letting myself sink down, letting gravity open up my low back right there. You see that? And this is a great stretch too for the hamstrings if you got really, really tight hamstrings. So this is an awesome exercise. Again, 30 seconds to a minute, just allowing gravity to decompress the shock absorbers, the disc in your spine, to open that up. Especially folks with degenerative disc disease. Let's say you got an x-ray, you got low back pain, you got x-ray, and then the discs are starting to thin out in through there. This is an awesome exercise to do at home without any fancy schmancy equipment that you can do, and it's very, very safe to do at home. That's the third exercise. If you have any questions with this video, drop it off in the comments section below. We thank you for watching. We appreciate it. If you're new here, hit subscribe. And when you hit subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification button, because that'll keep you in the loop with subsequent videos coming here in the near future. And that way you can continue to move well, live well. Also, I know you know folks who may be experiencing, low back pain is one of the most prevalent conditions out there. And these folks, they're getting on their inversion tables, they're buying all this expensive equipment to be able to traction or decompress their spine. Share this with them. This is something that they can do at home that there's no cost, and they can do it by themselves, and it's safe. So share this with them. Sharing is caring. Also, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. It lets us know you care. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.